Howdy folks, AJ coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer, and this video is going to be specifically about football, pro football. So if you're not a football fan and you come to my channel for other reasons, this video probably will not interest you. However, if you are a football fan, then more than likely you might get a kick out of this video. So, without further ado, I'm doing this video specifically because there is a phenomenon going on in pro football where if anything happens to the New England Patriots and or Tom Brady, the media loses their collective minds. Now, here's a warning. I'm probably going to use some profanity in this video. If you don't like profanity, then you might want to watch something else, because I'm not holding anything back. So, as most of you are probably aware, if you're still watching this video, you're probably aware of what happened the last game between the Patriots and the Panthers. Last play of the game, Tom Brady throws a pass into the end zone intended for Gronkowski, tight end. Gronkowski was interfered with. There's no question there. The ball was thrown directly to a Panther defender. Okay? Those are the facts. So, there was a flag thrown, and it was called, initially it was going to be pass interference, and it was up in the air as to whether or not they would get another play, whatnot, and so forth. And then the officials talked about it and said, no, there's no way he could have caught that ball, because he would have had to go through another person's body to do it. It was thrown directly to a defender. So they said, no, it's not. It has no bearing on it. Game's over. And of course, Tom Brady flips his frickin' lid. Now, if this had been any other quarterback, any other NFL quarterback, same type of play, same exact thing, any other team, say the Jaguars, Tampa Bay, whoever, the media would not have given it a second thought. It would have been, hey, you know, those are the breaks, that's just the way the call went, blah, blah, blah. Move on to the next story. But because Tom Brady got his frickin' panties in a bunch, it's like the media has some type of, on their Twitter accounts or on their smartphones or something, there's like a Tom Brady pussy button. You know, like, Tom Brady's upset. Oh, shit. Stop everything. Shut everything down. Tom Brady's upset. And I equate it. I can imagine if at the Vatican, the Pope is displeased with something. I am certain that all of the underlings and the cardinals and everybody else, if the Pope gets his dinner and he is angry, noticeably angry because he doesn't like his dinner's cold or whatever, I can imagine that place goes apeshit. I imagine cardinals are flipping out and grabbing rosaries and saying prayers, and people are just shitting themselves trying to get him some other food, and it just goes bananas. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm just guessing that's how it goes. And the only thing I can do is compare. If Tom Brady gets upset about something, that's what the media does. That's what ESPN and all these other, they just flip out because it's Thursday, okay? And they're still talking about this. All the media, I mean, it was on all day today. They're talking about this call. And the bottom line is, not one of them, none of them are saying, he threw a shitty pass. He threw a ball directly to the defender. Everything else should be immaterial. They're not even looking at, any other quarterback, they'd say, you know what, it was a really bad pass. He threw it right to the defender. You know, tough shit, whatever, you know. But no, not Tom Brady. No, God damn it, no. No, we cannot have that. No. So Tom, you know, pitches a fit, goes into they show him on camera going into the tunnel, bitching at the referee and everything, and it just went apeshit from there. Now, since then, Tom actually even said, and I'm not putting all this on Tom Brady, I'm putting it more on the media, how they reacted. Tom Brady actually said in a news conference, he said, you know what, hey, really, we made a lot of mistakes in the game, and we shouldn't have. It shouldn't have been down to just that last play. We shouldn't have relied upon that to win the game. So he kind of, he kind of redeemed himself as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he was noticeably upset, and anybody would have been upset. Fine. I'm more upset about how the media flipped out about it. Okay? Then Bill Belichick, the coach, Mr. Personality himself, he, in a practice this week, brought in a video, and I'm sure that he had every possible human body that's at the Patriots. I mean, he probably had the janitors and everybody else trying to find video of a similar play. And he found one like 4 years ago, a very almost identical play that happened. And of course, the call was the other way. They called pass interference. The team got another chance, and they won the game. Okay. Who knows how many people he had scouring the internet and archives and everything else, trying to find that. But he found it, and he took it into practice. He showed it to his players, as if to say, see, we got screwed, Well, I got news for you, Mr. Belichick. I'm a Raiders fan, and I don't know if you remember the tuck rule incident, where Tom Brady's putting the football into his chest to try and protect it because he knew he was getting ready to get sacked by the Raiders, and he fumbled the ball because Raider defender knocked it out, fumbled the ball. We recovered it. It was the end of the game. It would have been the end of the game. We would have won the game. But no. The referees said, oh, his arm was going forward, so it was an incomplete pass. And and you could ask anybody. You could ask Raider haters. And there's a lot of you that are probably watching that are Raider haters. Nobody disagrees that it was a horrible call. He was tucking that ball trying to keep it safe. And unfortunately, he was a little late, and he lost the ball. But it kept the New England Patriots, as a result, won that game, and then they went on to win the Super Bowl that year. So, Mr. Belichick, how's karma feel? How does it feel to be on the other end of what you interpret as a shitty call? Okay, there's a lot of people that there have been people today that I heard today that said, well, it was an uncatchable ball. And none of them ever said that Brady threw a shitty pass, which he did. But some of them are on the fence. There's very few people, I've never heard anybody personally that's on the fence about the tuck rule. Everybody said that was a bad call. Okay? So, sorry that your butt hurt, but you'll get over it. Now, to the media, y'all need to move on with this shit. Okay? This is the most pathetic ass-kissing of what you have anointed them as the hierarchy in football. That if you would think, if you brought a foreigner, somebody from Zimbabwe, who didn't know anything about American football, brought them here, and they were watching, they would think that the New England Patriots had won the last 10 Super Bowls straight because of how, and I'm not just talking about this incident, I'm talking about anytime anybody's talking about coaching or quarterbacking, it's, well, you're not talking about Tom Brady, you're not talking about Bill Belichick. I mean, that's who they compare him to, like as if they won the last 10 Super Bowls, period. I mean, literally, like they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Media, you're making yourselves look stupid. Okay? The Raiders suck right now. I'm the first one to say it. Okay? But the Raiders and the New England Patriots have the same amount of Super Bowls. They've each won 3. Okay? They're not this fucking, arms and shoulders and heads and everything above every other team. There's a lot of other teams that have won more Super Bowls. Here's a newsflash for you. Okay? But the shitty Raiders and the New England, who you consider the greatest thing since sliced bread, have the same amount of Super Bowls. Oh, and here's a bonus for you. The Raiders have an AFL championship under their belt. So they've actually won 4 championships. The Patriots have only won 3. Okay, because the Patriots and the Raiders started both in 1960. Okay, so there's something to chew on. Okay, my rant is off. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.